Got things in the right place, I hope. Alright. We'll just wait for our usual kind of audio check. I think I'm fine. Okay. Yeah, this will be fun. We're gonna start with our funny party where we've got Mog in there because of an ASM hack. Not a save state hack or anything. I literally, that's part of the nature of the hack. Is we want Mog to be on our team. There was something I was gonna do at this point, wasn't there? Something useful in Kalinga. Oh, you know what I thought? I never did Locke's backstory thing in Kalinga. So maybe we'll buzz up there and take care of that. So I said starting with some opera action in the tweet I just did a couple seconds ago, but that's not completely true. Sure, we can spend some money. What are we buying? We're basically paying for the music. Do people still do that? Pay for music? Seems like whenever I listen to music, I'm picking something to mark, and I want to pick something without lyrics so that I'm not too distracted. So I inevitably pick music from some awesome 8-bit soundtrack, like whatever Mega Man game I'm feeling that day. And then I sing along to it anyway, even though there's no lyrics, so I'll figure that out. And it's funny, because I actually went in the back of that one house up here, but I didn't go in the front of it. So we'll do this, we'll pass some time. The thing with tweeting out about the start of your stream, especially when you got a cold open, and why wouldn't I, is is that you know, it'll take a couple minutes for people to find this stream if it interests them. And I'm not accruing giant audiences, but you know, yesterday we had some peaks, we had some things with 5 people or something. And yeah, today I didn't really want to stream. I hadn't really planned this. I kind of thought again I'd end up watching Stranger Things with my wife, but haven't yet. We already saw the other scene with Locke actually, so this turns out to be like nothing. I kind of forgot that. Well, there's that extra line with Celes I was talking about. So if you can do this with Locke in the party without Celes, but you just basically miss her saying his name. So that's awesome. Yeah, I forgot we saw the rest of the scene, the other part in Kalinga. Ah well, whatever. We should probably sleep. Well, I guess we can use Figaro Castle. It's free and it's right here. That was weird that Locke seemed to hesitate there. I don't believe I've seen that before. Am I going to see a cutscene? Usually when I sleep here I get a cutscene. Yeah, I didn't expect to stream today. Wife went to bed. One kid's still sick. I'm getting up in the morning, and it's daylight savings overnight, which is a pain in the butt, because my kids keep waking up at, you know, 5 in the morning, so now it'll be 4 in the morning, and that's going to be fantastic. Yeah. But today, after streaming fairly late last night, I slept in until almost 9. And I don't want to go to bed after only having been awake for 12 hours. So, short stream now. It'll get me worked up, probably, but we'll see what happens. Thought we should do the opera part. It's nice to play regularly. It's nice to do the opera part. I don't remember what strategies I was using here. Probably doesn't matter too much. These enemies are an interesting thing. You can steal dried meat from them, if I remember correctly. Dried meat, which you can't really buy any... Oh, okay, I must be thinking of a different enemy. Was it these guys? Nope. It's not super awesome, but it is funny because dried meat you can really only buy in Moblez, that one town where I bought it so far. At least I'm pretty sure. There's some enemy that's a wolf-like enemy, I think, that you can steal it from. I don't know. I might be tripping. Or maybe that's a Ted Woolsey edit, but I kind of doubt they made a lot of arbitrary edits. I know we've seen one. What we saw was the treasure chest that's normally, or not treasure chest, treasure spot that's normally available outside of Arvis's house right away at the start of the game. Normally it's not available, but now it is, and it contains a different item than was indicated to be planned in vanilla. Oh, there's a Twisted there. Well, Locke's almost as strong as Cyan. I wonder why that is. Cyan's got some pretty awesome offensive relics on, but Locke's probably 4 levels higher. So, may have just answered my own question. So we've got daylight savings happening. But yeah, like I said, I woke up at almost 9. I'm not going to go to bed at 9. So now it's almost 10. I'll play at least a short session and maybe just the opera part. We'll land in the Empire and then quit. Or if I'm feeling super alert, or if I've got some interested people here, maybe we'll go a little further. The opera's pretty entertaining. We've got some spells going on there. Cella's learned Confuse. I don't know how people say her name. Me and Josh were talking about that a while ago. I don't think anyone knows how to say her name. My magic users have the ability to summon, by the way. You can summon your equipped Esper. But we don't have a summoner class. I'm kind of not sure whether I should be using that or not by my own freaky logic. Logic, if that's what it's called. Oh, that thing survived a lot. Remedies were kind of a big deal back in Final Fantasy IV. They're achieved fairly early in this game. The nature of difficulty between those games, I guess, was a significant change anyway. Oopsie. Now, a reminder that with one exception that we've already seen, dialogue had no edits from the Ted Woolsey Uncensored edition. So this scene is, likely to have some pretty amusing dialogue. But it might be just close to the Super Nintendo version. Cyan looks just like Maria. Whoa, that's weird. Did you see that? That's amazing. Why would that have happened? Cool. Why? Is that a thing because Mog is here? I've never seen that before. That's amazing. Can he walk through walls too? I feel like there should have been some hyphens in that sentence. There they actually named the airship, which is interesting because the original version didn't at all. Whoops. Battle over. Wow, that prey command is pretty strong. A lot of people have been asking about the prey command. I put up a thing about it, about the time that Ulrich Phoenix and I were discussing it. And I thought that kind of addressed any concerns, but still seems to be a funny idea, this prey command. And it didn't mean it to be overpowered, but maybe it is, so. Okay. Maybe it is. It seems to remove muddle, so. That was a thought I had. I guess I left that in. Eh. This whole part of the game is very silly. But that's kind of the point, I think. A lot of this looks to be the same. I love that random sprite flailing and running into a door. And this, I had no idea what this was at first. Maria. My last, I think, several playthroughs have been low level or close to it. So being able to grind a little bit, which I've done fairly liberally because I don't have my special commands and I'm a bit of a coward. But also being able to fight all of the rats if I choose to during the scene is going to make it so much easier than trying to dodge the damn rats. That's complicated. Especially me, I have no manual dexterity whatsoever. So, yeah. Oh, what's gonna happen if I talk to Mog during this scene? Is it gonna glitch out? It might. Did I save before I came in? Because I kind of want to see. What'll happen? Hopefully Mog wasn't a reserved character for someone in the near future, because that could be a reason why the event was set up the way it was. Because I had said in my last stream, is there any possible reason that they didn't want Mog to be recruited as soon as you have access to the town of Narsh? And me and Doc Cobrin, who was commenting yesterday, we didn't think of anything. RPC 190 was also there, but he didn't have commentary on that, so. Some hack that I have not played said like they had a fixed opera audio embedded, and it is Super Nintendo hack, I believe. I wonder what that even means. Oh, that's different. Nice rhyming. Is that from the Game Boy Advance version? I don't remember the Game Boy Advance version of this. Frankly, I probably only did that part once. The syllables match up nicely. The rhymes are good. La la. Oh, no Mog. Perfect. Aye, aye, aye. She was already equipped with a ribbon. Yeah, I might want to check the score, because the promises of perennial yet sing here in my heart. I'm the darkness, you're the starlight. Sure, okay. Must my... It used to be must I part now. He's probably right, but I'm gonna go for it. This is cute. This game is good. Like, of course the tech wasn't amazing. But this is just a neat sequence. Would you call her an alto? I remember getting that wrong my first time and feeling really stressed out about it, which is funny because not much really happens. I think you fail after a certain number of times, don't you? Something like that. These are good rhymes, very different from vanilla. Oh, Speak to Me Once More was the original in the Woolsey translation. And I'm saying Woolsey translation, and it's getting a bit confusing probably because Ted Woolsey was the translator, and now this is called Ted Woolsey Uncensored Edition. I'm just kind of right here. It's supposed to look like you're dancing, but I might be kind of bad at it. I'm bad at dancing in real life too, so I don't know if that necessarily carries over or what. Ha ha ha. Equip sprint shoes. Doesn't this look silly when she can run? Ah! For your turn. Oh. That's how it looked to me. Am I wrong? In, was it the Something Awful one? It had to be the Something Awful one. The sprite they used for the flowers, they changed to the sprite of the baby used later in the game. So she's whipping a baby off the balcony. It was both strange and wonderful. I don't want anyone to throw a baby off a balcony. But, that's hilarious, right? That was a good idea, the baby thing. Ominous Chancellor. It would be weird if they did a fancy pants 3D remake of this game, having voice acting for that dude's lines, which are completely non-musical at the end of that scene. I can't imagine being in an audience sitting there watching that. Well done. You know, it's funny. Ultros hasn't met any of these people. None. He has never met Locke. He's never met Cyan. He's never met Mog, certainly. Never met Celes. So who exactly does he think he owes one to? And then even Vanilla, I mean, if you bring Gao, same thing applies. The only party members he's met are Edgar, Ban, and Sabin Cyan. You can always come here without Edgar and Sabin. And you can never come here with Ban and Terra, so... I thought it was then it's a duel. That's the way I always heard it. I thought the word then was in there. Of course, we forgot. There's an octopus visible from the audience with a 4-ton weight. It takes 5 minutes to drop a 4-ton weight. Everyone knows that. Let's just make sure Mog is actually... okay. Our built-in sprint shoe-like behavior from this hack is applying nicely now. far right switch. The other ones are quite comical. There's the one that shuts everyone's eyes or whatever. The one where you fall right on stage and no one really cares. Boing, boing, boing. I love that. Is it actually a shortcut out of there? Kind of. Maybe-ish. These 5 minutes are looking pretty healthy. I've done the whole thing without sprint shoes and without touching a rat. Oh, still touched it. I thought I was being sneaky. I was not being sneaky, it turns out. And Imp was his last spell with Siren. So he can learn black magic only. He can learn Rema's stuff. Maybe not the best time to switch Espers, but I doubt it's caused me any danger. In fact, maybe I shouldn't summon. Oops. Maybe I'll do this though. What is that thing? Goetia? Is that how it's pronounced? Goetia? The person from the Fox sitcom? I'm gonna do the exact same thing, because screw these stupid rats. I'm missing my pray command for Ultros. It's a bit of a shame. But I don't think it'll be too bad. We got high potions aplenty. A lot more than I would normally have, frankly, because of probably the savings I've had from using Prey, especially through Zozo. I found myself using a lot of high potions through Zozo. I like that rumbling audience noise they used. This is so good. I didn't bring myself a cup of water the way I normally do. I wonder where my cup is. This is so great, the way they built in the music. Is this like the only time you hear this music? It's fantastic. And like I said, you kind of have to completely suspend even the fantasy reality that's been set up by the game to appreciate the scene at all. I could probably end this really quickly using Thundera. Thundara. I usually say Thundara, but there I just said it like Thundercats, you know? Oh, geez Louise, that really, really worked. Well, that kind of ruined Ultros. That's too bad. That battle was going to be fun. Sorry. I'm not going back. Spin. Slightly changed there. This whole premise is also quite weird, right? Like, they had to come up with something and they wanted to do something dramatic, but really, Isn't Setzer kidnapping and planning to rape her? It's pretty awful, in a way. Wink. Part 2 begins now. And Mog's not showing up. And then this part you have the chance to explore the blackjack, which is kind of funny because there's no purpose. There's very little here. First time I remember getting kind of lost, actually. So there he's saying that the Empire's made his business slow, but in vanilla it's, the Empire's made me a rich man. Makes it sound like he was a bad guy, which I guess he is, seeing as he was just gonna kidnap a celebrity for marital purposes. Mog's there now. That man uses people. Interesting. That was Sulla's just nodding at Edgar, I think. That was weird. She's standing in the wrong place. Part of the game now, isn't it? Some of this close to vanilla, but some of it is an interesting minor improvement, I think. Nothing to lose but my life. That was always a good line. I'm glad they left that as is. I'm sure it wasn't that in the original Japanese, because it's a very American expression. When things fall, they fall. Yeah. So now we get to sit here for 30 seconds or whatever it takes. This is pretty cool though. But it still looks pretty cool, doesn't it? In a way. Mode 7 seemed to have become obsolete pretty quickly, but there's also a lot of bad rendered movies used in PS1 games, even good PS1 games. If you look at some of the rendered cutscenes that didn't involve any kind of animal action, from Star Ocean 2, for example, amazing game. Lots of voice acting, a very rich combat system that I just love to play. But the one where that city's being destroyed in the early game, it looks super cheap now. I can save here, right? No harm in that. Why don't we play for a little bit more and see what happens? What happens here, for one thing? Free refreshment? Whatever that means. I had a bit of a Phoenix Down problem in Zozo, didn't I? I don't think I'll ever be buying these. Well, I'll buy one to have it, but... Okay. Our team's back together. Sellers, I think, comes back without anything on, because for opera performance. One of these was a hero's ring, one was the ribbon. Perfect. How's your magic learning going? Not bad. You're never going to learn any of those spells, which is cool. And you're never going to learn any of the... Actually, you will learn slow, because that's both white and black magic, but you can't equip Siren. I think I've set things up in such a way that it'll work the way I'm saying. Hope so. I mean, that's kind of the point. The point is elusive, isn't it? But that is the point. I don't want to talk to everybody, but it's a fun place to be. Any value in another peace ring? Maybe. Confusion sucks. Confusion really sucks. I'm gonna want those eventually, but maybe not now. Poison, darkness, and zombie. That's pretty good. I'll buy one and see. Does this inn have a clock? Because I really care about what time it is. I've already made that joke. And it's not much of a joke, is it? You can tell me to shut up, except I don't think anyone's here. I feel like I should own a couple of these. Looks like I let knights use these. Ninja gear, always good. These don't have anything, do they? Why would you put treasure chests, the kind that adventurers like to open, in the middle of your armor shop? Don't do it, man. Don't do it. You'll find good weapons and items in Zen and Miranda. I wonder why that is. Ah, yes. Let's talk to this guy. 2 so-called Ultima. Funny that they wrote the numeral 2 instead of the word. Funny that they chose to make it 2 things, because it's the first game where either of them appeared, right? We're not really going to need to make much use of that. That's a big bonus. We lose evasion, but I would expect that to make a pretty big power difference, so let's go for it. And we might have to pop by Zen and Miranda to see how they are. We can steal some things from these dogs around here too, because I like to steal from dogs in games. Actually, out of games, I like to steal from dogs. If I see a dog carrying something valuable, I pretty much always take it away. Like, dog, you took my car. I don't like it when dogs take my car. And there was that movie, Dog, Where's My Car? Cyan's not way stronger because of that weapon, that's for sure. He's a little stronger. Wow, that's pretty strong. Not really a fan of that. And the HP leak isn't helping. Oh, Mithril Rod. You can normally get those here, eh? That's kind of funny. Good. These guys. They normally have Tiger Mask, but Tiger Mask had no purpose left. So I removed it from the game. Wow, those guys have a lot of hit points. Oh. I feel like Cyan was stronger with the Rune Edge. It does have that MP for critical property, but I wouldn't expect that to be taking effect, seeing as Cyan's MP isn't even displayed, and will frankly never have purpose in this scenario. Sella's learned Silence. That's not her last Siren spell, is it? Or Kate's spell. I had to swap Imp and Silence in order to make one of them a white magic Esper and one of them a black magic Esper, so. Which is a little funny, because I mean Silence you would associate with a Siren, or the Siren Esper, especially because of, say, Final Fantasy VIII. So that's kind of what it does. I could really go for you making Cyan Berserk. That would help me out. In this version of the game, Celes did not torch Miranda. She decimated it. And Miranda's where we're headed. Basically just to check what's in the stores. Oh, but we also want to steal from dogs. I put in triangle hats. Thinking of tactics, I guess. And I actually made it so that they teach time magic, because time mages like triangle hats. So they teach slow, which is nice, because it is usable by both black and white mages. So there was a bit of purposeful change there. The Tiger Mask is no longer useful for anyone, because knights can't use it, thieves can't use it, white mages can't use it, black mages can't use it. So I repurposed it as a triangle hat. It's not really an upgrade. I mean, the Magus hat gives you a really good magic bonus, and the Bard's hat gives you that useful magic evade and MP bonus. So really, if you're equipping the triangle hat, although it does have some small boosts attached to it, you're equipping it for the purpose of learning an additional spell. Which is great, right? Slight difference, but some stat boosts. I might even keep this on, I don't know. It's a little weaker, but those stat boosts are nice. So one of these two already knows slow. Mog. Yeah, okay. There was some serious weather predicted for tonight. Holy crap, that's some wind out there. It's very leaf-tastic in my neighborhood. Oh, an elixirless clock. How peculiar. This game has conditioned me so much that when I see a real standing clock, I go and check it for medicine. Those boxes don't have anything, do they? They're making me suspicious. Come here, boxes. Hey, something. Those are good. Mithril helm, maybe. Maybe. Oh, that's used a lot of my money. I might have thought before I did that. Well, that's a stupid bonus. Why did I buy those? 1 defense point to lose 10 evasion points plus an HP bonus. That would be foolish. That's a little more worthwhile, but insubstantial. Hopefully we don't need anything here. Oh, I do want a boomerang. Well, I know we can sell a mithril helm, because I make foolish purchases. What else is worth selling? I got a whole bunch of these from those dudes in Zozo. I also don't need as many of those. Oh yeah, I need to buy the boomerang before I equip it. I wonder why it's stronger than that Moonring blade. But it is. And I like Locke being able to attack from the back row. Where's your record player, Lola? Weird. That was a nice place to go. Waste all my money. I bet Zen has mostly the same stuff, but we may as well check. There's jokers to the left of me and jokers to the right, so I thought I'd just use Thundara and finish things up. At least I wasn't stuck in the middle. The nature of defense in this game, the physical damage formula is just wonky. But the nature of defense and magic defense in this game is a little strange too. It's almost just a flat ratio of the damage you receive, is my understanding. Pretty close to it anyway. Out of 255. So if you have 255 defense, you're effectively, basically immune to physical damage. And the difference between 89 and 90 defense is probably not even observable. These weren't the guys who were called grasshoppers, were they? Because they're called grass worm in this game. Grasshoppers are clever. Ted Woolsey is funny. There was this story about the boss called Punchinello in Super Mario RPG. It was apparently Ted Woolsey's idea to call him James Bomb. And it was in for a while, and then someone told him no, is the way I heard it. And that's why Punchinello starts the battle in the US version of Super Mario RPG by saying, the name's Nello, Punchinello. So, you know, he was going to say the name's Bomb, James Bomb, and it was going to be hilarious. But I guess they found reasons why they couldn't do that. For the most part, espers are, from my understanding, not especially worth using as summons, because Rima is not as strong against a group of enemies as Thundara is. I think we'll stick with Cait Sith. How's slow coming? Sellers, are you learning slow? Yeah, you are. So should I be done? Maybe I'll play to 11? Yes. Okay, fine. No. Seize them! She's better at casting Cure than the other guy in town. Yeah, we're all set on that stuff. Is there anything good around here? I'm glad I saw that line. It's all because of the returners. Wow. The state of politics around here. Belzeq. Of course they're called Belzeq. The Magitech Research Facility is going to be a little challenging, in a way, because the enemies there are very high physical defense. They'll take much less damage from Cyan and Locke's usual actions. Maybe it'll be better once I get those elemental swords. Danger, danger. What happens if I leave after this guy starts pretending to barf? Because you know what, this should be a good time to stop the stream, and then when I come back next time I can do the Magitech Research Facility. Which kind of starts an arc, right? I'm not going to do it all now. No, I think I'd be pretty smart to go to bed now, so I can just leave while that guy's puking, right? Just like I would do in real life. This is a bad place to be. For some reason I thought there was some other building of interest up here, but it would seem there is not. Oh, crap. I like the common steel tent. I also like that one pixel that's a bright shiny eye on those dogs. On the ones I met earlier, they were red. And we got blue-eyed dogs. It's kind of a way that you learn that they're creepy dogs. I remember that inn is also kind of corrupt, right? Someone comes and steals your money in the night or something. This is the only game where I remember that even happening. Which is funny, because this game is fairly, like, innocent. It doesn't complicate your transactions with individuals. Look how much HP Locke has. That's kind of crazy. Level 18. He is overleveled. Okay, so he's learned as much magic as he's going to learn right now. It's still pretty good, especially having Thundara early. I mean, now it's on time, but... yeah, kind of neat. Anyway, let's save and be done. Wonder what's going on here. Okay, I'm out of here.